This is what we're saying now.
Wait, wanaingia tunafuata hivi pole pole tu bado wanakuja insurance hiyo.
Ambia wakuje hivi. Leshaz. Leshaz. Tokeni bwana.
Anasemaje huyo jamaa? Cheza chini tu.
Wakifika hivi, only do mna change to camera ya wakifika pale washuke kwa
hata gari ziko hivi zinatembea. Wapo wananyinyi.
simama tu huko kwa bari ndio at least
Mimi nilikuwa nafikiria
tukipani hivi tutaona
wangeshuka hapo mbele. Ingekuwa grand. Kila msee
pandeni juu. Pandeni juu. Habari watu pembeni. By the way, Kido anasema washuke pale.
Haya sawa.
Lakini mheshimiwa anashuka wapi? Si ni hapa?
Action kila mtu.
Tazunguka alafu narudi hapa kwa mlango.
Watu wa kamera wasiingie kwa
Wanakuja kusimamia hapa madama. Nene glass.
Akioko bana. check the price here.
Kuja the other side. Kuja the other side. I am stand by.
Hey, umeingia kwa nini manze?
Stand by. Yeke mic niona vipi? Nitakuja mbele kabisa ya that's okay. Stand by. Stand by. Stand by. Rolling. Anafanya dakika 3. Stand by. Wait niko kwako. Stand by.
Then tupe dakika 3 tu.
Stand by.
Kuna jamaa mmoja anapenda kwa jina la Yahya ambaye ana azma ya kuwania kiti cha urais na nitaweza kuzungumza naye aweze kujitokeza sasa hivi zikiwa zimesalia miezi 8 kabla ya uchaguzi mkuu. Tafadhali tueleze jina lako. Una azma ya kuwania kiti cha urais zikiwa zimesalia 8 kabla ya uchaguzi mkuu.
Uchaguzi mkuu bado yaanze kulingana na siasa inaanza officially mwezi wa pili. Sasa wale wengine wanajua wamejiona wako above the law, lakini this is the right time to start a political campaign.
Mbona kiti cha urais?
Kiti cha urais, unajua Kenya kuna shida sasa hivi. Kila mtu anahisi kuna shida zoroteka, mambo imekuwa mbaya kulingana pia na mambo ya COVID. Sasa hii shida yote kitu inaleta ni ufisadi. Na ufisadi inaanza kutoka juu. Yaani inasemekana samaki imeoza kutoka juu. Sisi tunakuja kama vijana, sio decision ambayo mimi nimeamua peke yangu, lakini tumeamua kama vijana. If we don't, kama tuwezi mobilize around presidency, hakuna kitu tutafanya. Sasa tunataka kumobilize around presidency na tualign viongozi wote kuanzia MCA, governor, senator mpaka MP kupitia hiyo uongozi. Shida ya Kenya na shida ya Afrika mzima sasa hivi, kitu inafanya watu tusipate yani ladha ya ile matunda ambayo Mungu ametujalia. Nchi ya Afrika, nchi ya Kenya ni nchi ambayo Mungu amebariki kwa resources na watu wazuri, lakini shida kubwa ni ufisadi. Sasa ufisadi ili iondolewe, lazima tupate institutions ambayo ziko strong kuliko individuals. Sasa shida kubwa sasa hivi, individuals are stronger than institutions. So tunataka tutoe kwanza ufisadi. Na ufisadi haiwezi toka pakipatikana watu ambao a political institution. Sasa tunataka kutengeneza chama ambayo iko na itikadi, ilete watu wazuri ambao hawana tabia ufisadi, ambao watanyorosha nchi.
Tumeweza kuona vijana wengi katika hafla hii pamoja na nayo katika manifesto.
Ndio, wengi ambao vijana ambao hapa ni viongozi wametoka katika pande zote za nchi, wengine wako na sawa, ni kitu ambayo imetuunga pamoja. Hawa wana represent vijana, lazima tupatie ajira. Ajira ndio kitu kubwa ambaye vijana wanahitaji kupewa sasa hivi. To create environment ambayo vijana watapata ajira. Hiyo ndio kitu kubwa sasa. Lakini sasa vile viongozi wana misuse pesa na nini, wale wanaumia zaidi ni vijana.
Naam, Terera John na vile kupatia vijana kazi. Sasa kazi kwake tuweze kungojea kwamba ikiwa atatekeleza yale ambayo amedai. Kwa sasa sina la ziada, amerejesha usukani kwa studio.
Shika kioko. Shika kioko. Zote. Mbona unaomba mic yangu baba? Mtu aseme mic. Kablaza. Lakini ndio tera. Emos kama itaboredi. Unapiga kwa mtandao. Unaona ama nataka kuwa mic yako. Fanya hivi, sio tuonyesha vizuri. Moto wa mic. Sorry kiasi. Nitakusaidia. Kisha mic ya benga. Nitamshikia ngoja kidogo.
Sijali bro.
Haina mambo bro. Mimi ni jeshi. Asikuja sana. Shika maki yangu. Hakuna sana. Kipo. Utashika maki. Acha kwanza leta likes. Fanya kwa nini hata likes. Kiasi. Emos. I know that. They should pay me. Yeah, they should. Are you? Yes, chukua moja, chukua tu moja. Images, shika hii. Nataka nichukue kama umewaka hivi. Benga hii dawaka. Are all on? Kila mtu acheke mic yake. Kwa sawa? Sawa. Kwa sababu yes. Tuanze basi. Asante sana mheshimiwa kwa kutupa fursa kuzungumza na wewe. Tungependa tu kujua kwa ufupi kabisa, ukianzia na jina lako. Ni nini kimetuleta?
John Yahya Nene, na leo tunaanzisha kampeni ya president. Ndio.
Labda tupe full brief kidogo.
Okay. English or Kiswahili? Okay. Yeah, this is a decision that has been formed by a group of young, focused, patriotic, and visionary leaders. It's something we started as young leaders. It's only this time that we've started to step in Later on, I joined the Labour Party, and then I joined Alliance for Real Change. I was the chief strategist for Mwalimu Abdu Badida. I later joined Dr. Kuru Okot in his party. So all this time we've been looking for an alternative leader, because you see, since independence, we had those people who fought for the independence, and the guys who took and at independence, the guys who fought for independence had a vision. Their vision was to get rid of the colonial system, and they didn't even have resources or what, but they were focused and they did their part. But the people who came after them, the second liberators, also they had a vision. They had a vision to create a more democratic space, multipartyism, and the epitome of that fight was the new constitution. We give them credit where it is due. But later on, they perfected the art of corruption. You can remember that during Moi's time, the biggest scandal that was there, which was 39 billion. During Kibaki's time, it was 200 billion. Can you imagine during Jubilee time, it's ranging between 5 to 7 trillion Kenya shillings in terms of corruption. So these guys, when they removed Moi from power, they did not know what to do after that, because a human being has a limited capacity. So they have just been enjoying what Moi used to do. They have even upscaled it to a level now that the country is bleeding in debts, the country is bleeding in poor economic development, and the people who are suffering the most are young generation, because their future is compromised. When all the money that is supposed to be used for development is diverted into individual accounts, then development cannot be achieved. And the same people who have been perpetrating this are the same people who are coming in the name of, we want to change this, while they are not telling us how they are going to dissolve their businesses that are benefiting directly from the government coffers. So it's not that we are begging these people to get out. Nobody wants to leave power. We just have to push them through the right channel. We thank them for keeping to remind us every now and then that we are leaders of tomorrow. That tomorrow that they've been promising us is today. Now we are from creating a political party and fighting for the right cause. So we have our plans, we have our strategies, and myself have been a chief strategist in politics, and I've never lost. Yes.
So what strategies do you have, and at the same time, what does "it's our time" mean?
Yeah, the first thing, to stop corruption is to make sure that institutions are stronger than individuals. One thing is to get politicians from financial management. Another thing that we need to implement, and Kenya is it's a fast-moving country, I think the best in the world, even in terms of technology. We want to systematize financial management system. We want digitally managed financial systems, and politicians should be completely out of the system. We want efficient and informed government policies that are trickling, so that we've developed over time can be put into proper use. Yes.
This is William. And I would like to ask, we've seen that other politicians or other people who want to vie for president, they have their mottos, they have, like, for example, Ruto, he has the bottom-up.
You see, called bottom-up economic development. There's only macro and microeconomic development. So this bottom-up of, taking advantage of the poor people is not an economic agenda. Anybody who has an economic agenda must have economic blueprint with budgets and timelines. And economic development is not pegged on microeconomic. Microeconomic development cannot develop a country. You must tell people how you are going to improve the macroeconomic development. Right now, the thing is spent. Business needs quick decisions. Politics is full of bureaucracy. We must let the business people do their business. I'm not afraid to say that some families own business. Not only do they own businesses, they are stopping other people from entering into the business space. That should not be the case. And if that is the case, then the country cannot move. So it's our time. But the thing that we are going to focus on is economic development that can trickle down to everybody equal. Kenya has very brilliant people. Kenya entrepreneurs. They are big. They are guys who are doing very well. Yet there is no space. There is no fair space for people to enjoy what they can do. So it's just creating the systems to work for everyone so that anybody can use his talent to achieve what he wants.
So let's talk about the youth, because we understand that we are the majority.
Yes.
Youth ndio wengi yani. So how will they benefit from your motto, "It's our time"?
First of all, recently I was watching an interview on TV about the young leaders in these big political parties, and I admire one particular young man who talked out of his heart. I think he's the KANU youth leader. And what he said is that the reason why these guys are taking advantage of us is that there are few people who are very organized, and we are a majority who are not organized. And the guy stated categorically that if we get somebody who is focused, who is ambitious, and who is strong, who can lead the vision, and we organize around him, these guys will go home in the morning, very early in the morning, because we form 75% of the voters. And if you take the voters card, they refuse. They said, why would we keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results? What is a big deal if Kalonzo Musyoka and Oka team meet with Uhuru? What is the big deal about it? These guys know each other. It's just, they're just playing some useless games on Kenyans. And the game has now been mastered. I'm telling you, if young people can identify their potential, their energies, their visions, the future of this country belongs to you. You are the majority voters. You are the biggest stakeholders. You are the future of this country. These guys have secured their resources enough to take care of their children. And you see, one thing that is intelligent leaders. Currently, I can say without fear of role model in these guys who are calling themselves leaders. Maybe if we look at the current situation, if we leave the history, the current leaders who are trying to build their countries is the guy from Botswana, is Kagame of Rwanda, and who is this guy? This Kagame, Botswana. These are people who are trying really to help their people. But our leaders, they have narrow mind. When you're a leader, you are supposed to view your country as your family. Not that you're just thinking about your. So these guys don't have a bigger vision. We need to mobilize our country resources to benefit from the global market. We are not supposed to just see how do we siphon the country coffers into our. People used to steal resources from another community to benefit their community. These are the only crop of leaders, for lack of a better word, that they are stealing resources that is meant to benefit their people and putting into their pockets. And that is a very dangerous thing. So we have to create systems whereby politicians are very far from resources.
One last question. Politics is a game of chess. So are you ruling out any perhaps collaborations with other presidential candidates? Are you ruling out that? Are you going it mano a mano, like you alone?
My vision and my strategies and my aspirations is like mixing oil with water. We'll never rhyme with these people who are in the current political situation. We can give Raila Odinga benefit of doubt because during at their time they fought for something. But this bunch of goons around Ruto and his team, having that kind of crop of leaders, and we say these people are representing us. So my mind and conscience is very clear. My strategy is very clear. People who are in the current politics, and I don't even need them.
Running a presidential campaign is quite a heavy thing. Do you have the resources and budget to move around the country, and who's behind funding the campaign?
Okay, I will not disclose my political party right now for reasons that we know, but I'm going to mobilize around a political party. I'm not an independent. Grassroots leaders in every county. So we have a political party. Today I'm just launching my personal presidential bid. But from January we are going to launch our political party. Most of revolutionary political leaders from the history.
Okay, Yahya, allow me to ask you the last question.
Yes.
My name is Kid, I work for SP Buzz. I wanted to know, congratulations for your presidential launch.
Thank you very much.
I wanted to know, confirm to us, are you planning to work with YY as your deputy president? And then what plans do you have with creating?
First, I've not started discussion on who is becoming my deputy. Called Peace for African Economic Development. Basically what I was doing was identifying the talents, passions and creativity of young people and turning into economic gain. It's an organization we started as a youth group, but it grew to become a national entity. I have always admired people with talents. I can tell you this country has wasted talents. I know people who could play better than Pogba in our villages, but they never got the opportunity to do so because of our useless system. Everybody who is put in charge of if these resources were used to do what they're supposed to do, then everybody who is doing anything on talent would achieve that. And even the guys on talent, these old men don't understand what we do. So it is upon young people who can connect with another person. Let us unite on something that we can connect to. If a young fellow can tell you that, my brother, I have this same generation. So with the YY and the entire creativity, the entire talent industry, we are going to expand and whatever they need from us. Another thing I want to clarify, it's not that we are getting into politics today to become presidents tomorrow, but the institutions we are going to create are going to stand there to check the way the government is run, so that we can bridge the gaps in the life of people.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Let's go for the lunch. Welcome. Ndio inasikia sawa.
Kushika hizi vitu bana, una sweat, unatetemeka.
Tuchukue makebo zetu. So online media. Tuchukue kidogo na
I'm